It's a very good evening and thank you for being a part of our network. My name is Spumelele Zondi. This evening we have information on the Fagugesi Forum that is taking place at Wits University here in Johannesburg. There's information on Ashley Madison and the South Africans on it. We'll also go to Nigeria where Uber has just launched. Our discussion this evening is with Audrey Verhagen from the South African Innovation Summit. We are live. Find us on SABC Network on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. We're on News Network at sabc.co.za and email. Let's start with your social media and technology news. Now, digital technologies are influencing many aspects of life here in Africa. This has even led to some of our areas becoming smart cities. As a result of this, Johannesburg Wits University is hosting an arts event called Fagugesi. The university says it's an African digital innovation festival. African cities like Johannesburg are rapidly changing because of technology. That's why Wits University has invited digital artists to showcase their interpretation of what the digital future might be for Africa. This is done through the Fagugesi Festival.
The festival is basically bringing together technology, innovation, creativity, games, all kinds of amazing stuff within the scope of technological engagement and creativity. We have a series of different events that are made up of that the residency is made up of. The first ones are a Smart City seminar, which is happening on the 26th.
Smart cities refers to how cities are becoming digital. Wits has also invited a few digital artists from Africa and abroad to be a part of the Fagugesi Festival currently on until 13 September.
We have a residency that basically takes up the whole period of the festival, and it'll be positioned here in the Wits Art Museum. And we're making a lab, like a Fagugesi lab, where people can come and engage with our residents, see what they're making.
There is one South African-based resident artist.
I think technology is something I can respond to because it's functional. So when you're busy working with it, you get a direct response. There's a sort of conversation that happens between you and the technology that's very tangible.
Many of the activities will be taking place here at the Wits Arts Museum, but some of the digital art spaces will be created at the Ituba Art Gallery in Bramfontein and several townships in Johannesburg. Now, hackers of websites that encourages people to cheat, Ashley Madison, have made details of its users public. There's also word that close to 200,000 South Africans were subscribers. The hack has raised serious questions about the safety of the information we save online.
There must be panic in thousands of South African homes after the Rand Daily Mail mentioned that Ashley Madison had about 175,000 South African subscribers. Ashley Madison is a website that encourages married people to cheat with other married people. The website was hacked. People put their information, including credit card details, on there, chat to the people they would like to cheat with, and make relevant arrangements. But experts like Dr. Eve, who spoke to SABC's newsroom, say what happened on Ashley Madison isn't unique.
I looked at sex tech generally and cyber infidelity generally, that in fact the innocuous spaces like Facebook are where people are so-called practicing in cyber infidelity as well. By just having a device in our hands, we are able to engage in what is called, or what I've called, cyber infidelity.
The hacking of the website has raised concerns about the security of activities that people get up to online.
Also, of course, speaks to internet security and how we often hand over our information to sites with no real understanding or idea of just how secure our data is, or in this case, isn't.
While the data has been made public and there is panic momentarily, experts believe people will not stop cheating online.
As we continue to celebrate Women's Month, we meet another incredible woman this week. Rakadi Koza is a Gautrain technician.
Meet Rakadi Koza. On a typical day, you'll find her covered in grease and dirty oils. She has to ensure that the Gautrain is running smoothly. She's one of the technicians who make sure that your safety is guaranteed when riding the Gautrain. Rakadi's passion for a technical career was sparked at a very young age. She liked playing around with wires as a teenage girl. She then decided to do maths and science in high school.
When I finished matric, I went to university. I did chemical engineering. And then I completed S4.
Like many graduates, Rakgadi didn't get an in-service training required to complete her degree. But as luck would have it, the Gautrend project was established and she got her in-service training with them.
When I finished the learnership, the company absorbed me, and then I worked as a technician.
Rakgadi worked as a technician, doing everything from signaling, controlling and commissioning. But when she was absorbed, she found herself in mechanics.
We must measure the brake pads according to the procedure of the company. We measure the brake pads. It's supposed to be 10 millimeter upwards, and then if it's less than 10 millimeter, it's supposed to be changed because it's below specification. We're protecting the disc, and then also the brake pad is the important safety function on the train. That's why we must make sure that it's working according to specifications.
As much as Rakgadi is enjoying doing her job, she has other interests.
If I was not maintaining the trains, I think maybe I will be doing something like quality, because I also like to do quality. Quality is a degree of excellence. It's something that's supposed to meet the specification and requirements.
The .co.za domain reached 1 million registrations this week, and Naspers launched South Africa's version of Netflix. Let's take a look at what's been making tech news in the rest of the world.
Hi, and welcome to the SABC Tech Wrap. I'm Matiba Sibanyoni.
And I am Lebogang Sejake, and we're coming to you from 27 Boxes in Melville here in Johannesburg.
Now, staying in Gauteng, Tshwane residents can now make data calls and watch movies for free using Tshwane's free Wi-Fi network.
The city of Tshwane and non-profit organization Project Isizwe this week rolled out the second phase of their free Wi-Fi project. Launched in 2013, the project offers free Wi-Fi to residents and students in Tshwane at open public spaces. Tshwane Executive Mayor Khosietso Ramokgopa this week announced 3 new services that will be added to the Tshwane free Wi-Fi network. The additional services are Wi-Fi Voice, which allows users to make unlimited free voice calls using a Wi-Fi Voice app. Wi-Fi Chat, a web-based platform, will enable the public to log queries and complaints with the city. This is aimed at boosting service delivery and communications between government and citizens. Thirdly, Drive-In offers free movie streaming from selected Wi-Fi hotspots during weekends.
Now, staying in the local front, South African domain.co.za reached 1 million users this week. This is the website that earned South Africa's .co.za domain its 1 millionth registration. The .co.za domain is in its 20th year this year and started with a mere 450 registrations by the end of 1995. The ZA Central Registry says that the 1 million mark is a sought-after milestone, with the domain joining the likes of the United Kingdom's .uk, Australia's .au and Brazil's .br, to name but a few.
Video on demand is growing in South Africa. Naspers this week launched a streaming service similar to America's Netflix service.
Naspers this week announced a move into the video-on-demand market with the launch of Showmax, saying it will have a fighting chance when US rival Netflix launches in South Africa. Showmax kicks off with an offer of thousands of movies and series available for streaming. The service is free for the first few days and will cost 99 rands per month afterward.
I'm actually quite surprised that this place is built of courier containers.
That is pretty interesting.
Very.
Join us again next week for another round of the most interesting tech stories doing the rounds around the world. I am Lebogang Sejake.
And I'm Matiba Sibanyoni. From us, it's bye-bye.
All right, it's SABC Network on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. News Network at sabc.co.za on email. Let's take a short break. After the break, we'll talk about the South African Innovation Summit. Stay with us.
city of Durban and its surroundings is one that is filled with history and cultural diversity.
Durban is a natural paradise known for its gorgeous coastline of sun-kissed beaches and subtropical climate.
Flea markets are essential to visit if you want to experience Durban's Afro-Oriental atmosphere.
The city of Durban is an elegant, mature and ambitious city. The vendors at the Vic offer a range of African and Oriental products, an eclectic mix that is hard to resist.
That's Kaleidoscope, Sundays at 5:30 p.m. CAT.
Ispantola is only dance that you can't find anywhere in the world. It's purely South African.
Melting plastic and manipulating it into his desired image.
The whole idea was not just to do a normal portraiture, I wanted to do something that will tell a bit of story.
He may be gone, but Masondo's voice will continue to serenade music lovers for a long time.
Join Refula Mula on your one-stop art and entertainment show every Saturday on Afro Showbiz News at 7:30 p.m.
Welcome back. It's SABC Network on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. Now, taxi hailing application Uber plans to expand in Nigeria.
Taxi hailing app Uber has made its way into Nigeria.
This is a work I love doing because I don't look for customer. It's customer that look for you. So it's not in the case that you go out in the morning, you don't have a job to do. With this job, I'm always busy. So that is why I love doing it.
Traffic in Lagos can be a nightmare for commuters who often encounter what many call a go slow. However, the nightmare is a thing of a past for this commuter, who has been using Uber since its launch in the West African country.
It's cheaper and it's very convenient. I could just lay down on my bed like, I have to go somewhere. I just pick up my phone and make the request, and in 5 to 10 minutes my driver is here and my ride is good to go.
Uber recently launched in Nigeria and is now competing with Easy Taxi, another online taxi service founded in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Easy Taxi has also started operating in 2 other African countries, Ghana and Kenya. Uber operates in about 60 countries, planning on expanding further as it is working to enter the capital, Abuja, by the end of the year.
Now, the South African Innovation Summit is taking place under the theme Innovation Intelligence, Sense It, Get It. It's taking place in Cape Town from the 26th to the 29th of August. Joining us from our Cape Town studios is the CEO of the South African Innovation Summit, Audrey Verhagen. Hello, and thank you for being a part of our network, Audrey.
Hi, Zondi.
Hi. Now, could you just tell us what the South African Innovation Summit is all about?
Yes. Zondi, for the first 2 days, we bring together a group of thought leaders from across the country and from overseas, and we brainstorm and think and challenge and lobby all the factors that make up the supporting environment for innovators in South Africa. So it's really interesting. We look at trends. Dion Chang unpacks the disruptive trends in our economy. We've got the CEO of FNB challenging big business to say, what are we doing to create a conducive atmosphere for high-tech startups in South Africa? We've got the PwC launch of their survey of an enabling environment for high-tech growth businesses in South Africa. And then we've got a huge amount of focus also on the startups, open innovation, corporate innovation, entrepreneurial innovation, and the DTI, Department of Trade and Industries, launching their support program for industrial innovation. So a lot of knowledge is being debated and thought through at the summit that influences what we do for startups.
I'm sure a lot of work goes into deciding who's going to be speaking at the summit and what's going to be on show there. Can you just tell us about that process of deciding who's going to be there?
Sure. We go in March every year. We go to the public with a call for papers. So we collect, we give everybody a chance to give us an input to what must happen. We also design a theme with a group of people that work in innovation, that focuses on technological innovation, design, commercialization, all the aspects from government, academia and private sector. And then we brainstorm the theme of the year. This year is now Innovation Intelligence. And then we start unpacking those into different streams and themes.
Innovation Intelligence, why the theme this year?
Well, big data played quite a big role last year. Our theme was local innovation, global conversation. And the throbbing theme was big data. So we said, let's talk about innovation intelligence. And what then emerged through the call for papers was, and also the sponsors that wanted to sponsor with the summit, was very much what does the data look like the National Advisory Council for Innovation is going to show us the indicators. What is the reality? How much money is being spent on the development of entrepreneurs? How much support is there really? What type of tax incentives are available for tech startups? Is it easy to grow in the tech space? Is it easy to scale into Africa? So all of those questions, you need to actually analyze the landscape. So we do that with the NACI indicators and with the PwC survey that they're revealing at the summit.
Well, Audrey, you have an in on it. You've looked at some of these papers, and maybe if you can share some of the information with us before Wednesday?
Yes. Absolutely. I mean, there's definitely a huge growth of female entrepreneurs in the tech space. I think that's an interesting indicator. Also, what is not satisfying is that so few entrepreneurs make use of government grants and government institutions, and the reason they cite is red tape and the long time that it takes to unlock those type of monies and support. And as an entrepreneur, you're sometimes in survival mode, so you can't really spend those hours when you actually should go to market. So the accessibility of the support is definitely cited as one of the things. I can't reveal all, but we are going to, and this is accessible for anybody outside, we are going to use a hashtag called Insight SAIS, and also Says Me, SAIS Me. So you can follow all those insights from the delegates. We will have 350 delegates this year, and anybody can actually follow that on a Twitter feed.
You're speaking about the growth of women entrepreneurship in South Africa, but is there a lot of tech innovation coming out of South Africa?
Just to give you an idea, we had 340 entries this year for our 3 different competitions. We have a startup competition calling, from a conceptual phase, what's your idea? How much effort have you made to develop that idea? Often we get apps or half-built apps in that category to see a lot of people need development, not always money to grow that app forward.
Yes.
Then we've got a second category called the Inventor's Garage. That's where you've built a prototype or your first version of an app that you can showcase in our Inventor's Garage.
Audrey Ferrache.
And then we've got the Vision to Reality.
Unfortunately, we are running out of time, so I'm going to have to stop you there. I suppose people just have to make their way to the South African Innovation Summit taking place in Cape Town from the 26th.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right, thank you. That's Audrey Ferrache, who is the CEO of the South African Innovation Summit taking place from Wednesday. Now, this week, we caught up with a boxer, Dingan Thobela. He told us about his favorite piece of technology.
Hi, Hi, my name is Dingan Tobela, 3 times boxing world champion. My favorite piece of technology is my cell phone because it gives me, kept me connected to the world. I'm using the Samsung. I use it for calling, I use it for chatting, I use it for emails, I use it for communication throughout the world.
SABC Network, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Stay with us.
Your World makes it its business every evening to round up the leading local stories and international news to keep you informed all the time.
Make a date with Your World every evening for all the news headlines around the world to keep you abreast with knowledge.
Catch Your World for headlines across the world every Monday to Friday from 9 p.m, then Saturday and Sunday from 7 p.m.
When bees and wasps sting a person, they inject a bitterness venom in their skins.
We have about 3 spider species in South Africa that we have to worry about. Button spiders, which include, the black widow spiders, your sac spiders, and your violent spiders.
That venom is in your system, it's in your muscle tissue. And the more your heart beats, the faster your heart beats, the faster the blood is going to circulate, and consequently it's going to get that venom into your system faster.
If you see a snake like this, the best thing to do is to just stay away from it and contact somebody that specializes in removing venomous snakes.
Join me on Health Talk every Saturday morning between 9 a.m. and 10 a.m. as we unpack current health stories.
News Network at sabc.co.za and email. Now this week we take a look at the Think and Zoom classes for partially impaired people. It was developed by Nigerian Dr. Zubi Onwuta.
Dr. Zubi Onwutu is legally blind, and to try to get ahead of his eyesight problem, he created a program called Think and Zoom. Think and Zoom works with the help of the Google Glasses and the Nuroski EEG headset.
This is an EEG reader. An EEG reader has the ability to read your brain waves. There's chemical activity going on in your brain. It ekes out brain waves. This is able to detect it. Okay? This particular device is able to detect both focus and meditation. I'm harnessing focus. Why? Because it's used for Think and Zoom. If you're looking at something and you can't see it very well, you tend to focus harder in order to see it very well. So Think and Zoom, of course, is a wearable visual enhancement solution.
The idea behind Think and Zoom is that when you wear the Google Glasses coupled with the Nuroski EEG headset, which reads your brain waves, you are able to visualize that which you wish to see, and it magnifies. Now, in order to reach his goal, Dr. Zubi created an app that exercises the mind to visualize, and the app is called Kenti.
I'm going to play the Kenti game using this EEG reader. So I'm going to make sure that the sensor is on my brain, and I'm going to connect the ground to my ear. And as you can see, you hold it to the camera, and I'm going to try to focus and pay attention and use my focus to try to free the bird. Is the bird moving?
Oh wow, you're actually very focused already.
I am very, very focused. And then there's even a hard, let me make it hard, right? Is it hard now? It's still uneasy. Okay, it's hard now. Let's see. Let's see you work for it.
Okay.
Oh wow, she's good. You're focused.
Yeah, right. Now it just dropped.
Hey, you gotta get it out. You gotta feed the bird. Come on.
Come on, birdie, let's go.
Hey.
Kenti is a game that you're able to play on your mobile device, and it's hands-free, controlled by your brain waves.
Brilliant African innovation there. Now let's see what some people have been sharing in social media. Many in social media have been sharing their thoughts about the cricket match between South Africa and New Zealand. The two were playing in Potchefstroom. New Zealand won by 8 wickets. Kaizer Chiefs beat Free State Stars 4-0 on Saturday night. It became a big talking point in social media. Egypt's Zamalek used Twitter to congratulate Orlando Pirates for beating AC Leopards 2-0. South Africa's Pirates and Zamalek are now in the CAF Confederation Cup semi-finals. And that's all we have for you. We're on SABC Network on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. It's newsnetwork@sabc.co.za and email. We leave you with a Boyz II Men video where they are singing tweets that were sent to American retailer Wendy's. From me and the rest of the network team, have a good one. Bye-bye.
Boyz II Men, turning tweets into love songs for at Wendy's. I'm just saying. Sweet mother of a red-headed spokesperson. Getting that pretzel sandwich back at Wendy's.
The closest thing I had to the love of my life. Real angry letters when it went away. Yes, 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 yes. Wanna high five myself. Please, please, please.
Pretzel, I'm so good.
Yes, yes, yes. It's on my life.
Okay, let's be smart and agree. It'll get a home on your standard menu.
Done deal.
We good?
Can you keep the pretzel burn forever? Yeah. Little inside that makes it okay.
That all I want right now.
Yes, yes, yes. Can my New Year's kiss be with a pretzel burger? Please, please, please.
My little man smashing too.
Yes, yes, yes. Like my boy. Please. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Yes, yes, yes. So burgers back, baby. Please, please, please.
Bring it back for good.
Yes, yes.
Oh yeah.
Absolute fire. Please, please, please. I'm yours again.
Want it to stay forever? Tell us on Facebook.